Hey guys, hey, how's it going? I hope you guys are doing well. Hey, welcome to another episode of a Film Life Vlog. Today I want to talk about some of the reasons why I enjoy shooting with expired film. But before I do that, ironically, I'm going to do some unboxing of film that I recently bought. I usually get my film from B&H, Photo Video. They usually ship from the States, and if they're shipping from the States, one of the things that I do is I tend to select ISO 200 or less, ISO 200, ISO 100. And the reason why I do that is because I know that ISO 400, ISO 800 film with a higher ISO rating oftentimes would be more sensitive to X-rays. And because when it's coming through the mail, they tend to scan it with X-rays. So I'm a bit wary buying high ISO film from the States and getting it shipped to me. But anyways, this is exciting. Let's get to the unboxing of the film. ISO 200. And you can see that there's 3 in a pack here. I bought 11 packs or 33 individual rolls, which is pretty significant. That's a lot of film, right? And I just love shooting with this. It's cheap and it does give me good results. I love this film. I've been shooting with this film for a couple years now. Every time I order film online, it's usually this. See, back in the day when Instagram started, I signed up for Instagram mostly because I just love the look that you could get using the Instagram filters. I remember there were times when I'll take photos on my phone and just apply a filter, and this was before I got into film photography, and I would just marvel at how the pictures all of a sudden developed some character, not just a plain digital image, but all of a sudden had some character. It gave you that retro feel. It had a bit more character than before. I was really intrigued by that. So when I started shooting film and I realized that I could get that look in camera without any filter and even have a much more defined look, oh boy, I was all sold for that. I really was sold for that. So it is no coincidence that I have become a really big fan of expired film. The chemicals will change in composition over time, or they will degrade over time, and that will certainly make it less sensitive to light. So oftentimes with expired film, what you want to do is you may want to just expose it a bit more, a couple stops above what is actually rated for, because it's not as photosensitive as it used to be. So with expired film, that's what gives it the look. Now, depending on how this film was stored, depending on the type of film, you may end up with a totally different look. I have shot with all kinds of expired film, and I will show some examples right here. bit more exciting shooting with expired film because you really never know what you're going to end up with. It's not as predictable as new or fresh stock. You never really know. You may end up with nothing. You may end up with so much grain that it just makes the image look really gritty, as you can see right here. Or you may end up with just a beautiful, wonderful, just retro look that no other filter, no artificial filter can actually provide you. And that unpredictability makes it really exciting to shoot with. I simply love shooting with expired film. Oh, and expired film is a bit more artistic. I find that I mean, you always have to have a good eye for shooting images for photography, but I find that it really helps when you shoot with expired film. I find it to be a bit more artsy. It really provides you just with another tool in your toolkit if you're trying to create an artistic image. And I really like that about expired film. Sometimes I could just take a normal photo and I know that just because I'm shooting with expired film, it will lend to that artsy look that I'm looking for. The other reason why I shoot with expired film is that it tends to because of the look of it, it just looks like old photos or old photography. So when I'm taking a photo of an old building, for example, I prefer to shoot with expired film. It just gives it ages your image right from the onset and just really makes it look, I guess, time appropriate almost. I don't know how else to describe it, but it just really works well with shooting old things. And for me, I like shooting buildings. I like shooting old buildings especially, so that really helps. And in the future, I will be sharing with you guys this project that I'm working on. I have been actually working on this for the last 2 years, which is a coffee table book. The majority of that book actually comprises of expired film. And I'm excited about that project, but that's for another vlog. So if you are interested in expired film, by all means, get on that bandwagon. You could find expired film in your local thrift store. Oftentimes these old cameras, especially the point and shoot cameras, they tend to have film already loaded in them. So if you're interested in expired film, I would encourage you, go for it. It's just so much fun. It's really a lot of fun. It's better than Instagram, to be honest with you. The kind of images you're gonna get from your own expired film experience or experiment will be much more authentic than any filter that you could get on Instagram, for example. So by all means, get into it. You will find images that are slightly color shifted. You find images that are grainy. You'll find images that sometimes can actually be quite amazing. So anyways, thanks so much for watching this episode of a vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you leave this video a like? And if you have not already subscribed to this channel, by all means guys, please subscribe to this channel. As always guys, I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe.